Okay. Yep, should be
Okay.
good.
So convene the meeting at 6:04. I guess we should ask for a roll call.
Yep,
Colleen Hodges,
Joshua Magno
Alex Berardo for staff.
and Nick Longo.
Maureen Buffy.
Okay, so approval of minutes. Has everybody had a chance to read them?
I'll read them, but I wasn't here, so
Yeah, I wasn't here either, so unfortunately I'll have to abstain.
I'm just reading the
It's
last.
actually, okay,
enough to vote.
so yeah, we won't have a,
Oh,
yeah,
we don't have a quorum?
we're not
We
gonna
have a
inform the
quorum, but
vote.
not to vote.
Just
They-
1 minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're here, so they don't know.
oh, that's right.
So
Okay,
I guess, yeah, we're gonna have to table this one until
yeah,
the next meeting. Well, at least they're done.
Yep.
You know,
thank
you guys got a month
Yeah.
to look it over, and if it's wrong, you know, anything's wrong, make a note, we'll bring it to the next.
okay. So Alex, where do I go from there? Just,
Right into, yeah, the
Just
matters
read
carried
off.
over section.
okay, oh, well, goals and objectives exercise. You know, last month we were working on that and I gave everybody a kind of a form to do some contemplation. And I might have an extra copy.
I could
Oh, no,
look them
there's-
too, if you need.
Let's see. Oh, that's not it.
Just read. I remember.
Yeah,
Sort of.
Well, like I say, I could
I know,
just run back to the
we-
copier.
yeah, we're gonna need to do. I thought I had an extra one, but it's just, it's 2 pages stapled together.
Okay.
We need.
Oh, and staple, how many do you want?
Can I get a set?
So,
Yep, and
we
you,
just make one for everybody.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I probably could have made some
That's
ahead of time.
about it. I didn't look at the agenda when I got it. It's like, okay, I remember that, and then nothing.
And then 2 of these for some reason. You got one, right?
that's the agenda.
Yeah.
Because he usually puts one on the table, and if you printed one, then you have two. I stopped printing them because he always puts them on the table.
Yeah.
There's no point in wasting the paper.
Everybody using their resources.
So much to do and so little time. Oh. The cemetery walk is over, so I can take a breather.
How did that go?
It went really well. Good, really well.
How'd you end up doing on the earlier sessions?
They did, the 3:30 always fills up first anyway.
Oh,
So I, which I think is, well, the
I thought I would've-
5:30 filled up first, then the 3:30, and then I think the
Oh.
4:30 had 16 in it.
Oh,
So-
the 5:30 one filled up
That's
fast,
fine,
because people
yeah.
wanna go at
In the
dark.
dark.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people like to wander around.
Mhm.
Why they wanna wander around the house in the dark too.
Yeah.
Like, seriously?
Good. And, love that gift card. I meant to bring the gift card to give it to you, and I'm like, this is it.
Yeah. It's underwritten. I didn't pay for it.
I bought a plant to plant there, like in the, you know, the Brian's pet peeve, the property abutting the neighbor
Yes,
over there.
mhm.
So I found something that, it's a little small, it'll grow, but I found something, I'm like, oh, I'll use the gift card for that, but I put the gift card at home for that, so I really wanted to get it because he had a sale going on at work too, so.
Yeah, anything that they've tried to plant over there has died a slow and painful
Yeah.
death.
One thing is for sure is,
It's all in shade.
yeah,
Gets any sun back there.
exactly, so that, I know that that's part of the problem, and I know part of the problem is trying to utilize things that you can get for free,
For free, that
And
require little maintenance.
yeah, so I found this, which I'm hoping is a good match for the low
Thank you,
light
sir.
area. Cause
Because
it keeps its leaves all year, so that's a plus.
we just
Thank
paid
you.
to have, sod put on the back.
Oh, yeah, I
building.
still
Very
haven't seen it.
much.
Bob told me that they did it, but I still haven't seen it.
And
You paid.
we paid.
I thought the person was.
Well,
gonna
see,
come.
and Bob should pay for it.
Oh, I thought they were just coming over to,
Yeah,
do it
no.
out of the kindness of their
Yeah,
heart.
no. Mm,
So
come on.
is it possible for me to go ahead and do goals and objectives and the recap at the same time, or should it be kept separate? Because it's new business. It's new
Okay.
business, so it should be kept separate.
I don't think it really matters.
No?
We haven't had a horde of people saying, with the
Would you like
eye
me to make a
watching us
motion
and
to
saying,
take it out of order?
yeah.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
make a motion to take it out,
Okay.
take the agenda out of order.
Oh, thank you. Second?
I'll second it.
Okay, good. Because I
Take a
want
vote, take a vote. All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
Do I get to say aye too if I'm doing
Yeah.
that? Okay.
You get a vote.
Okay, so, and I wanted to put those two together because I wanted to start with the recap. And I thought it was important to kind of cover where we've been so far with a number of things. This first thing that I wanted to talk about, it says at the top, Coventry Historic Preservation Commission Program Review. We started this way back when we first.
These are in your packets, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, we started this way back when Alex got us started on a visioning project, which was a really good way to get things rocking and rolling. So we kind of reviewed everything that's all of our resources and kind of figured out where we needed to go from there. So I developed this list of things that we wanted to review. And as you can see, the first section is create a mission and vision statement as well as goals and objectives. So we've done that. We've done the mission and vision, and tonight we'll finish the goals and objectives. So that first paragraph will be taken care of. And we've already done a lot of work on the historic zoning ordinance. We're going to leave that to planning to figure out, what the goals are and how that's going to be approached if and when and all that stuff. So we don't
The
really.
draft, as we said before,
Yeah.
it exists. It's just in the hopper among many
Yep.
other things for, now that we're just on a assistant solicitor thing until they
Yeah.
find whoever the next replacement
Yeah.
one will be. I guess they're triaging
Mhm.
probably.
And for your department, you might look at it and find the best place to actually put it forward with, combine it with something else. Sometimes works to get things through quicker. But at any rate, so that's in the hopper. And then I'm gonna start reviewing the CHPC standards and guidelines, and I've put a picture of it here. And that's actually a document that was worked up in 2015, I believe, with the then planning director. She did a good job. There's a council minutes on that when she introduced it to them. And then the other thing I'm gonna work on are the preliminary report that the state built on page 2, review and update the historic and architectural resources of Coventry. This was made in 1978 by the state, and it just inventories everything that they could find in Coventry, along with historic information about, how the town started and all that. So I have to go through that and see of all the buildings they mentioned, are some of them still there? What are the challenges now? How far have we gone down the road of losing some of our heritage, or maybe there'll be good news and most of it's still there? Another thing, I don't know who gave it to me, but I have a document from the 80s where the state came out and revisited it again. And so I'm going to take those two documents and bring them together and see what I can glean from those 10 years that passed from the initial to the secondary look that they did, and then we'll go from there whether or not we need to launch on, third approach that. And I think it would be really cool to work with the state on that somewhere. We're talking like a year, 2 years down the road right now on some of these things, but it might be good. I'm always looking for ways to interact with the state reps so that we're in alignment with what the state is trying to do and trying to accomplish. And it's just a tremendous resource. I mean, it's there for our asking, and they're looking to help us whenever they can. And then here's the big one, the developer preservation plan. This one's going to take me some time, but the very first thing that goes into this preservation plan is goals, objectives, mission, and vision statement. So you can see we've got our first section pretty much done. So I'll be going through that. And what I expect I'll do is each month I will come back and report on progress in these documents, because I might jump around a little bit to just keep my interest going rather than just like prod through one big, long, boring document. Whatever mood I'm in, I'll just jump on something else. I might have some kind of epiphany that I can bring to the next meeting on that one. So you'll be hearing from me on those. I wanted to show that everything ties together. So this, and I don't know if you have this, Josh. Before you leave, I can give you copies of the task list. I don't know if you have that.
No, that'd be great.
Yeah, we've developed this in the beginning of our visioning exercise, and we've updated it with people leaving and other ideas that we've come up with. So everything ties together. what I discovered was that when I started writing my ideas for objectives to meet these goals, it's already done for us in a lot of ways. These things on our list are objectives. So, so that's all I wanted to say about that. I just wanted to show people that we do have an orderly process in place, that we're actually getting somewhere from initially figuring out what resources we have and what work do they need. We did our tasks, which now become our objectives. And now we just gonna finish the objective sheet. So last week, I came with the exercise that Alex just put together for us. And I asked everybody to just take it home and kind of jot down some ideas on what objectives we wanted to put for these various goals. So I'll just run through it real quick. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals. And the goals were picked right from the mission statement and the vision statement. Anytime I don't have to reinvent the wheel, I don't. And also it's important that everything kind of ties together so that a year or 10 years from now, people will look at it and they'll see that some professional work was done and everything kind of comes together.
The
all the way
internal
from the state,
consistency is
all the way
just
through us.
critical. Yeah.
So 5 goals, and I emboldened in each goal, we need to talk about, for the first goal as an example, exhibits. What do we want to do to achieve that goal? So what I wrote were, I had 2 ideas, and again, consulting with my task list to make sure that we were still working on the same stuff. Or engage residents with the town's heritage through exhibits. Again, that came right from the mission and vision statements. So now with exhibits, these were kind of easy. Maintain informative display case exhibits at the town hall, annex, and community center. So those are large glass case. I think you've probably noticed them out here, Josh.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, we have
Agree.
those here, and then over at the community center, there's a wall of glass cases. We did a nice display in there. Just take you over there sometime to look at it. And then I thought that one of our objectives might be to update those display cases at least quarterly. So, you know, that way, because we want to keep them fresh. And they don't have to be completely gutted and redone, but, you know, update them. We might find a couple of pictures that all of a sudden that would look great in there, so we can put those in there. But
You might also wonder about maybe even rotating them between the different buildings, because it may
Oh,
not
yeah.
be the same crowds that regularly use.
that would be,
Yeah.
that's
And
a
then
good
it
idea.
also, it reduces the amount of,
Digging for new
new
stuff.
ones, digging up for new
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It might be
That's a good
practical,
idea.
maybe eventually you gather more things, people donate
Mhm.
photos or something, you've got more to work
Yeah.
with, and you can
Yeah.
afford to do them more often, but that could help.
You know, and I think that Paul is going to be a key resource
Mhm.
in these things, because he's the keeper of all knowledge right now with the
Yeah.
photos and other documentation. So I want to really try to keep him online as much as possible so we can tap him for resources.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so those were my 2 ideas about exhibits. That's the only thing that came to mind, was that as far as exhibits were our glass cabinets. Can you think of other things we would use to do exhibits?
Don't have to be standing exhibit.
Right.
They can be transitory.
Mhm.
So whatever the town is doing an event, that is a potential opportunity
Okay.
for an exhibit.
The state did that for when the Secretary of State was trying to, like the run up to the 250th anniversary stuff. I know they were having at local libraries like a mobile,
Mhm.
maybe they call it exhibit, but it was a table that had like certain historic photos or documents.
Yeah.
So things like that can be done.
Well, that's what
It's
you
just-
did when we went to the meeting for the grant, right? You had all the photos from Paul
Yeah.
there and stuff, so
Yeah.
that was a
exhibit.
mobile exhibit.
Yep.
So,
And the town does a lot of events. I mean, if you talk to
Yeah.
Parks and Rec, they've always got something in the works.
Yeah.
And we've done tables before, and it's just a question of figuring out what types of artifacts and what types of photos you want to display. And then having people there to sit there and babysit it and take care of it.
so
Mhm.
I really think we're onto something with that. I think that what we could do,
You also get in the libraries.
I was just thinking of that too.
Everybody's got a
Cemetery
library
ones.
rotation, just talk to
library
Jessica.
rotation like your
They have
one
a
you
case.
did.
Yeah.
And they have a display case in the library and they rotate it monthly.
Okay,
We've done displays at banks We put out stuff on tables at local banks. A lot of them have display areas where they
Oh,
set up a table and you can put your stuff on it.
I like the
Um,
idea of something like that, because now we're reaching an audience that we might not have any other way to reach.
And they watch the tables so people don't walk off with stuff.
Yeah,
It's just a question of approaching them. And I can't remember which ones we did. It was, I think Santander was one of them and Washington Trust was one of them. And it's just a monthly thing
Yeah.
to get on the rotation.
Is the catch-all term for this like pop-up exhibits then?
You could call it that, yeah,
I said mobile exhibit, but I like pop-up better.
because that's pretty much what it is.
That's a term you young people use a lot.
Sorry to inject, yes, the terminology and
That's good. So, yeah,
You have a community education center here now, or learning, so whatever they're calling it.
yeah,
oh, it's gonna have a
They have
new
a
name now,
place?
it's not gonna be the annex anymore.
I have no idea what they're called.
well,
But
They already
either that
put
or
a
just
sign
that
up.
wing.
they're an
It's
opportunity
gonna be
there
annex and a
to
wing.
share, display, senior center.
The-
Usually it doesn't stay at the senior center, usually it's, you go there for one day, you put your stuff
Uh-huh.
out, people come by, look at it, and then you pack it up, take it away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when we're ready to work on that, we'll come up with an exhibit
You can go on the road.
that would introduce new people to what's the town history is all about, and then find new places to take it, like banks and, you know, whatever, library.
If it
So,
were for an event or at a,
yeah, an
in a
event.
specific, like yeah, I don't know, like a village club or some, like some neighborhood specific
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Sometimes that helps you, it naturally leads you to like, what's the topic of the exhibit, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? To engage like that population in that place.
Oh, yeah. Something that they might have in common
At
with,
some point, and I don't know what the inventory is. So what are the inventories and artifacts that you have to work with? I don't know that the town has an inventory of those.
no, we moved everything out of the room and put it in the refrigerators over there, the
Okay, and
walk-in.
is that the town stuff? Is that Coventry historical
It's
stuff? This is
both.
the ongoing
It's
question.
both.
There is stuff at the town across the street in their vault. I know they
Yeah.
have.
Yeah,
some-
that's true,
I think
too.
they have some
Doug's
things over
been
there.
back there. I can get Doug to find out what's back there. He's
Yeah.
spending all his time back there
Yeah,
digging for information and data.
yeah, there's definitely, there is in
Stuff.
the vault of stuff
I
there.
saw a lot of historic documents when I went in there. It was really cool. It's like handwritten inventories of, a guy was committed to the Poor Farm in the 1800s, and they took an inventory of all of his goats and his sheep and his hay and everything else and sold it to pay for the trip to the Poor
That-
Farm.
Whatever those documents are.
Hmm.
Talk to Doug Dwyer for about an hour. He'll make your head spin.
So, okay, so develop pop-up exhibits.
This has a overlap. The only other thing I could think of that comes to mind quick is we had talked at some points about using the future web page as like, or being able to host like digital, sometimes we would call them exhibits, sometimes just like
Mhm.
featured items. But that's another venue where these
Mhm.
sorts of things could be shown.
Absolutely.
So it'd be like a link in a margin on the left or the right or whatever, and it just.
Or feature like a
Story.
feature block on a page,
Yeah.
a lot of different things like
Yeah.
that, a gallery, depending on what the resource is.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna have to do some writing and creative things.
Mhm.
So, okay.
Even a little bit can do a lot of good
Yeah.
though, you know, in an online format, the pictures are king,
Yeah,
you know.
And when, or do we have that on the agenda?
It didn't actually, yeah, it looks like I didn't put website, but I mean, we could.
Yeah, I just to go over what I have. I
Good,
have a
good.
meeting set up with Corey
Mhm.
to
Cody,
Cody,
close.
no cigar. But I can show you what the bare bones are for the website, and I didn't want to go too far, but we'll
Mhm.
get to that when we get to the driving map, I guess, because that's all part and parcel of the same
Okay,
thing.
Nice.
yeah. Okay, so then, does anybody else have anything that they might have? Well, you guys weren't here, so you wouldn't have anything noted. Did you note anything, Colleen?
Did we, somewhere around here, and I know we have a mission and a vision statement, but one of the things I was struggling with was, what do we do? We don't have like an elevator speech.
Yeah,
We need an elevator.
we can do that. East Greenwich has a really good one. That it describes how many people are on the commission, Mhm.
what its charge is.
We
And-
have somewhere, I mean, when the day comes that we see the updated ordinance get put through, I believe it has like the very first section is like the description of what the group is, and
Mhm.
it's along those lines.
Yeah, that's gonna be part also of this, preservation plan. I'm gonna get started on that really soon. But the preservation plan is gonna have an intro
Mhm.
where we can put stuff like that. And I will find other municipalities for examples, and if you have anything, shoot it
Yeah.
my way and.
Because every time we talk about engaging residents, they are coming from a place of knowing nothing.
Mhm.
And so we're gonna have to come up with something that explains to them very quickly and very briefly that says, this is who we are, this is what we do,
Mhm.
and gives them a mechanism to get involved.
Mhm.
And that's what none of these, where they say, engage, but engaging is more than just looking at stuff.
Mhm.
So ideally, you do want to get people involved. Now, where that fits in this schedule, I don't know, but
I think it's sounds like a complementary piece to me. Like the goals that we establish here are the ultimately the what we do, but the what, you know what I mean? Like there's what we do and there's what we specifically do.
Right.
So,
for when you're engaging somebody at an event or online or whatever, you don't need to give them, this whole list of things that we're doing.
mhm.
But they need to know what's the end game? Why do you exist?
Mhm.
And then if you want them involved, what do you want them to do? What are you trying to motivate them to do?
Mhm. Well, you know what you should do then, is jot down some of your ideas, like in a practice writing thing. And then we can hang on to that and then find out where we plug that in. But I think it's important for you to keep that in mind as we go through and develop documents, and you
Yep.
keep asking the question, well, did we describe ourselves? If not, we go back to the drawing board, get more in that vein.
It's gotta be something they understand.
Mhm.
What you want them to do is important to ask because
We're trying to motivate
Close enough.
particular behavior.
Yeah.
because it's, and it's possible that there's early years or months or whatever, I don't know, I don't mean to say like decades, but there could be a stretch where there's like some baseline to do, like that really is more of a small group thing. Like what are the first presentations we would give to explain why historic preservation is important, why anything like remembering local history through pictures, through oral interview, oral history interviews, like anything like that. There may be a point where it is like you have to wrap your own head first around what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then
That's-
it's time to start to engage people. So maybe at first it's simply here's what we are, stay tuned.
Mhm,
And like
mhm.
that's the value of the public contact.
Yep.
It could be, but these are all things that can be stewing in your minds over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's a point well taken because, it's gonna be really important so that what you were talking about is like, what kind of reaction do we want to elicit from the public? What are we looking for? Do we just want them to be well informed? Do we want them to volunteer? Do we want them to, take action? So those are some really cool things we could be thinking about, and then develop our language to
Around that.
poke that,
And I think in the beginning, it's just strictly gonna be information for them. That's,
Yeah,
Mhm.
because we're gonna be practicing
but
too.
somewhere down the road, when we start crafting these messages to leave space for what those next pieces are,
Mhm.
so that they're not just.
Yeah. So I'll keep that in mind too, as I go through some of this development and report it back
Flew
to you
through
guys.
my brain, as we're talking about this, we have some information about doing displays and pop-ups or whatever. Or would we be interested, and I say we because it's probably this group right here, in speakers going out, and there's Rotaries, there's Elks Clubs, there's to develop a presentation that can go on the road. Just asking. I don't know that we're necessarily ready for it, but
Mhm.
because it would require quite a bit of time commitment. These things are usually at night. And it's certainly not something you want to be doing in the winter, trust me.
Mhm.
But that's just something else that
Mhm.
can be used to engage, like you said, an audience that we don't normally get.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just gonna take a lot of practice and hit and miss in the beginning to see what works. And then if something works, then we keep pitching that, so.
You can
If I
see
can,
how
if I can actually add on to your point about potentially speaking events and also maybe tie in the exhibits. I think there could be a great opportunity with the library. Just thinking back, many, many years ago when I was going to community college, I was a tour guide at the State House. And in the beautiful state library, have you guys been to the state?
I've never been there.
Yeah,
Please go, it's amazing.
Yeah,
In the state library, they have an exhibit there that changes, with important dates, important months, whatever. They change it pretty frequently. And at least if I'm thinking about, kind of our local library, I think, and maybe Alex, you can speak to this more because you're, here every day. I know in the annex, but not.
I know.
They
don't let me
I think
go
that's
there.
one of the more traffic kind of locations, and it's a wide range of age groups. So it could be a great opportunity to get this in front of kids, in front of older adults.
Yeah.
In terms of the speaking, we could do speaking events at the library again, get kids involved at a young age and wanting to know about their local history. And
we're gonna chat this later, but we're gonna chat
Yeah.
because there's
Yeah.
stuff brewing in the
that's an
background.
excellent idea also, because I get a weekly, is it weekly or monthly newsletter from the library that talks about all their upcoming events and their little book
they're
club.
very active and they have
Yeah,
a good
they would
presence
jump
on
right on
social
that.
media. We could, if we put an exhibit in, they could maybe publish on their social media that there's
Yeah.
a new exhibit.
Oh, they'll
get involved
probably
online.
send them.
I
Yeah, I
think
mean,
that would be a
they're-
great place to kick
Yeah.
off our
Yeah.
exhibits.
I hate to use this word, but I
presentations.
think there'd be good synergy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Synergy.
God.
Another young
Synergy.
person.
Synergy.
Maybe they should-
But that is an excellent idea, because we could piggyback on their
Yeah.
good marketing that they do. And
I'll learn a thing or two from it.
yeah, yeah, so we could use that as our practice too. Okay, so then the next goal was to engage residents with town's heritage through publications. So I came up with update self-guided driving guide to historic Coventry. We're working on that. Develop brochures highlighting various aspects of local history. So these would be in the similar vein as the self-guided tour, but I was thinking to come up with ideas for like focusing on one part of Coventry history, the production of milk and putting it on trains to go to Providence and Hartford or whatever. And just like keep some real simple topics and just have little brochures, not like a lot of hard research and everything, but we all already have so much information already that it wouldn't take much to put some little brochures together and have them on a table when we're doing
You need
exhibits.
something on the table. I think,
Mhm.
the driving tour is nice. A general informational kind of brochure or history of Coventry or something is probably appropriate.
Mhm.
I think you could take some of those topics and break them down to an elementary level and
Yeah.
do like coloring books or coloring paints or something that you could, would be useful. A lot of the events that I've done so far have been, especially with the town, have been family-centric events.
Mhm.
And so having stuff for kids was crucial to the success of what you were doing. But yeah, I definitely think, and like you said, it wouldn't take a lot of research. It's pretty much,
Just a matter of
we put milk on wagons and took it
Yeah.
to, wagon picture of a milk jug. There you go, color it in.
And this is another place where Paul will be instrumental too, because like I might get an idea about milk production in Coventry, right? And I can call him and say, hey, I need some pictures and whatever else you got, and he would, come up with a bunch of things, and it's just mostly assembly.
Yep.
And a couple of paragraphs at most, to tie it all together. So anyway, just threw the idea out there. It's an objective that takes us towards publication. So that's what objectives are, is how does it get us to our goal? So,
There could be, I believe, this is going back several months, but I'm pretty sure that one of the staff level conversations that the assistant town manager did for the 250th, I think it was Parks and Rec, had said that the school like students are going to interview seniors about things that they remembered from however far back living in town. There could be an opportunity for collaborative objectives, like maybe we're the ones that collate everything, or we do it with the schools or whoever. And yeah, a form of publication could be a little booklet that summarizes, that contains excerpts or stories that are from, and it's something like, it's a 250th anniversary collectible, who knows? You know?
But you're saying,
Once you've got it forever.
Yeah.
but what were you saying? Students need to,
So.
I
you
think
ask students to remember what it was like when they were a
No, no,
kid
no,
growing
no.
up here?
I think it was,
Doing seniors.
yeah. So I think it's
Oh,
like,
senior adults, not
Senior
senior.
citizens.
yeah, I mean, who knows, maybe they have senior students
me.
interviewing senior adults, who
Okay.
knows?
No, that's,
But
okay, yeah. that
It's,
makes-
it's one of these things that I think, it's again collaborative. I think like maybe, who knows, maybe the school department or Parks and Rec or somebody, senior center, one of these other things was going to be, assuming already, they'd be the lead organizer, but maybe there's a chance to reach out and say, we think it'd be a cool product to make at the end, just, whatever, free of
Mhm.
charge or something, but just, we think it would be fun to put them together. What do
Yeah.
you think?
And in Coventry, I've noticed that the seniors are always wanting to reminisce. At one point, a couple of years ago, as a rabble rouser, when I was trying to save St. Germain's store.
Mhm.
And I went on Facebook and I forgot what I did to get it started. I think I put pictures on there or something. And I said, does anybody have any stories about this place? I got like dozens and dozens of paragraphs and paragraphs of when I was a kid, we used to eat ice cream there and then go jump on the diving board and go in the water from behind the store, things like that. So, and there was like dozens of those kinds of
Seniors love
stories.
to tell the story.
Yeah.
Go to the senior center sometime and hang out. They will tell you stories about everything.
Well, that's what we could do. We could work with the senior center and go in on an interview day one day and,
Let the kids do it.
yeah.
They can do the legwork.
Oh, that's right. Let the
Yeah.
kids do
Let the
it.
Like I
kids
say,
do
and
it.
then, yeah, if they want to work with us to put something nice looking together at the end.
If they want to hand it
You
to
know.
us to type out and put in a book form, we'll be happy to do it.
I like that idea.
I just thought it would be nice to, occasion to recall some objectives. They can be, us working with other groups too.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's sometimes ways to gain extra capacity
Yeah.
like that by latching on to something that
Yeah.
was already probably going to go.
Gain extra capacity. That's good. And collaboration. I like collaborating with others.
Mhm.
Makes our job easier.
Gets the name out there.
Yep.
Never know.
So we need to look for opportunities to collaborate. Okay, I guess so moving on then. Then the next goal has to do with events. Engage residents with the town's heritage through events. We've already had good results with Reed's Schoolhouse Open House. So I just put an objective of conduct Reed School events at least yearly. And the last time it was pretty well received. I think, were you there, Colleen? You were, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
We had a couple of dozen people come through.
Yeah, I was in there cleaning the place before we went in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it probably needed more publicity. I know one of the days we did it, it was pouring rain, it was
yeah.
miserable, but
yeah.
more publicity, hopefully better weather.
Mhm.
It's really hard to do anything in there in the summer because it's so
Yeah.
screaming hot and there's no
So
ventilation.
spring and fall are the best time to
Yeah.
go in there. So, and then parking is very limited
Parking is
too.
an issue.
So, if we get it
That's
real
why you do
popular.
an open house kind of thing where it's a come and go.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
not that much to
Yeah.
see in there. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
You walk in, you look at it, you look at the picture, oh, yeah, it's cute, move on.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's a variety of ways you can make it more
Yeah.
attractive. Longer hours,
Mhm.
'cause I think we did it from I couldn't get there till like 3 or something. So
Yeah, I think we-
2 to 4, is that what we did?
I think so, yeah.
So
1 to
yeah.
4.
Anyway,
Yeah.
longer hours, a little bit of ventilation, put some fans in there if we need to.
Building's in good shape though, really. So,
But you can't open a window.
yeah, no. The only other one I have under events, and this one's like really out there reaching, organize a lecture series on historical topics.
Not that far out there, trust me.
Yeah, but so this all,
Eminently doable.
yeah. We just pick a topic that we get well versed in and then we hold little events.
You don't even have to do it. You just have to find somebody to do it.
Oh, you mean like bring in speakers?
Sponsor them, yeah.
And this goes back to what I'm going to talk about in a bit, but for the 250th anniversary, I don't want to jump out of order here, but because the library has been spearheading these meetings of local historic agencies, we had one There's another one scheduled
Wait a
for
minute,
January.
Coventry Library is organizing
Yes,
meetings
it's
with historic.
Didn't I tell you guys about?
He
that?
sent the email out. It was the meeting on the 7th of last month.
Last month, yeah, and there's another one scheduled for January about collaboration and potential speakers, and the town hall is open for speakers mostly on Thursday nights. That seems to be the night that there's less things scheduled. And so it's just a question of, I mean, if that's the series of things you want to do, if you want to do it once a month for, 6 months or something, you just book the dates and then you figure out what your speakers are going to talk on. And so it may be pulling from the local historical societies. It may be somebody in here that wants to do something that's a hobby for them. You only need 6 speakers. It's not drag Maureen to do her cemetery presentation again.
Did you say you need 6
Well, if
speakers?
you're gonna set it up for 6 months,
Oh,
1 speaker a month for 6 months, I'm just pulling
yeah,
numbers out of the air. That
Mhm.
means nothing.
Yeah.
But, it's not that difficult. It can be done.
yeah, I like that idea. So I put that in there too, that it's organized lecture series,
put
potentially bring in
down
speakers.
January, because the January meeting is.
So who puts that meeting on? You say
It's
library.
Schedules.
Who's
It
Jessica?
needs to
She's the
be
librarian?
assistant librarian.
Okay,
Last time we had, Paul and I went, Sandy Chattel went, the folks from Nathaniel Green, David Procassini went. J.P.
And when was
Marshall
that?
up there, that was in, is that October?
I think it's just would have been about exactly 1 month ago.
oh,
Yes, that was October 7th.
okay.
And so the next one is scheduled for February 2nd. I thought.
And it's gonna be people from Historic Society?
Yeah, last one we did over at Nathaniel Green Homestead. This one we're gonna do down here at the fire alarm building.
Oh, okay.
So we
Right.
bounce it around. We
I
have
get
to
it.
have it all in one place.
So that's what you guys did at Nathaniel Green. I didn't go. I
Right,
was gonna go with
right.
Paul. I couldn't get it.
Right.
Gonna be at the Merck building.
Yeah,
How's that room coming along?
we have cookies and cocoa on the 14th, and I'm just looking at this mess going, oh my God, we gotta clean this up. Yeah, so that's, Jessica wanted collaborative type stuff and things that potentially everyone could work together on. And I don't see any reason why that can't include a speaker series. That seems to be a fairly simplistic project to deal with. And certainly amongst the 4 groups involved, 5 groups involved, there's enough knowledge and experience there. It's just each group can have a.
Now, you're saying 5 groups, you mean like,
I think it
like
was the,
Tuxet Valley,
it
you guys over?
wasn't really, because it's Coventry, it's not, Texas Valley is 90% less work. But it's not to say they can't come, but
Mhm.
it's not really.
So who came
we
to the
don't-
one
right.
at
We had
Nathaniel Green?
Nathaniel Green, we had the commission, we had Payne House, we had the library, and who else?
Why does the library go like as a facilitator?
Yeah, because, well, it grew out of the 250th.
Yeah. So is this something Maria started with the library and now the library took up the mantle?
Whether it came, the library
Yeah.
started it, because Maria was at that meeting too.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure who started it or who
Makes me-
whispered and whose ear,
yeah.
doesn't matter. But it's to get something that's more collaborative with the historical societies in
Mhm.
Coventry. So, and just throwing out ideas,
Yeah.
see what we can do.
I like that. It's a force multiplier, like you were saying a minute ago.
Well, like I say, if you want to start doing speakers, that's probably the easiest and most direct route to take.
Is by
That
getting,
way,
starting with the
one,
library.
yeah, but that way one group doesn't have to take on the whole mantle. When you
Yeah.
get that many people together, you're gonna have experts on colonial America, you're gonna have experts on, there's a guy that does chocolate, history of chocolate, there's Levi who does Edgar Allan Poe stuff, there's a million speakers out there that have.
This is all coming from your experience with Payne House,
Yep.
huh?
We've done several of them. They're not all historic. Well, they're sort of historic. We've done some, we did the cemetery one, we did General Burnside, we did, the mills. That was a great one.
Oh, the
Doug
lace
did the
mills,
The lace
yeah.
mills was great.
Who came to do the lace mills? Of
Doug
one person?
Dwyer,
Oh,
he did
Dwyer.
it, and he knows everything there is to know about
Really?
lace mills. That man is a fountain of information
Huh.
on lace mills.
My uncle owned a lace mill off of, not off of, but on 117 when I was a kid.
There were at least 65 lace mills in Coventry.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah,
No, neither did I.
I didn't realize they pretty much the size of a garage.
yeah.
So yeah, it was fascinating. So anyway, but yeah, so that the library definitely wants to be involved in that, and I think that's a great collaboration effort. They are limited in times when they're using the town facilities, because there's a
I
lot
think
of,
Rhode Island sized.
yeah,
town, not county.
exactly. Then mostly they use the chambers,
Mhm.
town hall
Makes
chambers,
sense.
Yeah, across the way.
which is fine, but again, that space is, a lot of people are vying for that. We always did it in the rec building but we had to pay for that, but that was only when we could get on weekends, because we were trying to do it on weekends. Payne House was trying to do it on weekends. Which they can't do in these buildings, because they don't stay open. The rec building, they give you a key, so they
Yeah,
clean up.
we wouldn't have to pay for it, right? Because we're Coventry town.
I would hope not, but I guess I don't know for sure.
Never know about those Rex people. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's a beautiful facility.
Yeah. Talking about the in
The
front of the ball
recreation.
field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they.
I was gonna use the name of the place, but I can never.
Guy Lefebvre.
Guy Lefebvre.
Lefebvre.
Can't
Lefebvre?
spell it. Yeah, Lefebvre is how it's pronounced. It's not how it's
I
spelled.
know, it doesn't spell that way.
How it's pronounced in English anyway.
Yeah, really. So anyway, that, I
Flower or
think that's
something?
Yeah,
probably a
something
doable
like that.
thing.
Okay,
Um,
so the next goal then was about online resources. Engage residents with the town's heritage through online resources. Well, this one was easy, maintain website,
Mhm.
increase
Yeah.
Facebook presence, and digitize historic photos and documents.
We're still not on Facebook. Norma can't figure out how to add me to the Facebook administrative.
Mhm.
It's gotta be something. Maybe just start over.
You're supposed to just send out an invitation. You go on the Facebook page, you go into your, the controls on the Facebook page, and you send an invitation to somebody else's Facebook.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the word I'm thinking of?
Like
Your-
your count? I
Yeah.
guess?
I've
Exactly.
done that because I never was administrating
Yeah.
the group.
It's not.
I just click follow.
Difficult. I don't know how to walk her through it.
We gotta Google it and just get AI to tell us how to do it.
She can log in, right?
She says she can, yeah.
It's probably one of these things. You'll just eventually have to like meet
And sit
here.
with a-
Yeah,
with
pull
a
it up on the big
computer
screen
and
and just
log
do it
in
together.
on Facebook, because she has to log in as her.
Yeah,
And then go to that page that she manages, which is the Coventry Historic Commission, and then go down to, assignments, and just put people in to be able to administer, add content,
mhm.
how we want to do it. I managed 2 of them, so I'm getting pretty good at it.
It would be nice if a couple of us or all of us or whatever, all on it, but
You can put 6, 7, 8 people on
Yeah.
it. I mean, it's not that hard.
we would want to have a procedure where we would let Norman know what we wanted to put on there and make sure, just so we had continuity. And we weren't anybody like a loose cannon, like if you let me alone on there, I might put something on there nobody wanted me
Yeah,
to put on there.
you're not allowed to do that. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, it'd be good though, right, to,
I mean,
run
we
it through
can-
her
we-
before you put it on the
Especially
Facebook.
when you're putting things on social media, because everybody goes to social media.
Yep,
A lot of people don't go to websites, but what you do is you take your social media and you push people to the website via your social media.
mhm.
Mhm.
So it's like, here, this, and this is happening. Go here and look at
Yeah.
it, and put the link in there and let
Yeah.
them go look at it.
I think it's a key place
It
to
is. It's
advertise what we're doing.
Absolutely a key place. You
So-
can't function without it anymore. Because trust me, when I tell you, you don't want to pay advertising prices.
Hmm.
The last time I put an ad in the reminder for this date was $100 one week.
It did jump up crazy over the years, yeah. Yeah,
But I can go into the planner on Facebook and I can schedule out the whole month of notices.
Hmm.
Stuff going on. Makes my life so much easier.
So do we want to put anything else in, online
For photos?
resources right now?
No, do you want to look at it now or do you want to wait?
I guess we could look at it now while we're on that section.
You're on the.
So maybe an objective, not maintain website, but to develop website.
And then you get to maintain. Where do you want to plug it in?
Oh, yeah, in the back here. Pops it on over.
Oh, you have a visual aid today.
Well, here, and also, let's hope that this works, because
Yeah.
I've been told that they're not supposed to, the computers are supposed to reject foreign
Yeah,
thumb drives, but then I don't really know if
Brand
this one does. So we're about to find out.
Scan it.
Scan it, yeah, that's what mine does. It scans it.
Yeah, they got very muscular around here about these things.
But I will, well, you can seriously
There we go.
cause some problems if you,
Mhm.
so just
It's
go
popping up.
open the
Good.
draft. Draft website, it's a PowerPoint, as long as you have PowerPoint on here, we'll be all right.
Well, I know. One step at a time. I hope we do.
It's kind of big because it's got a lot of photos in it.
so are these examples of the various screens on the webpage?
Yes. If it opens,
I know, and I'm wondering.
maybe it doesn't have PowerPoint.
No, my cemetery one that I brought in here was on PowerPoint.
And it opened it?
Yeah.
Did you use like a new version of PowerPoint?
No, not really.
This one.
It says 2010.
2010, yeah.
If you double click on it, it won't do anything.
Let's try this again, I know. What app is this anyway?
Microsoft.
That is PowerPoint, right?
I think so, yes.
There was a different, we opened it in
I
a
don't think
strange
that's
way, I
PowerPoint.
thought.
It's a
Can you right click it and see if you can do
Open with?
open with? Yeah.
Open, go down, there you go. Open with.
Maybe there's a.
Off.
Yeah,
There you
let's
go.
try this time.
There you
That was
go.
probably what we did the
So
last
this
time.
is just a screenshot from the page that was up there at the time.
Do you want me to put it in full present mode, or
No,
is it
it's
this good?
fine.
Okay.
So the names are wrong, but that's okay. We'll
Mhm.
figure all that out later. And so this is, your cover page.
Did you want, if you want, you could use the,
No, that's okay. We
Okay.
can just talk about it. So this is your cover page. These are the sections I have so far. And the stuff that's in blue, right now, it's just gonna take you to the members, it'll take you to the front page, the meeting dates, it takes you to the state's site that pulls all of our meeting dates on it. The contact information, I don't have anything under. The photos, I have looked through a lot of the photos that Paul gave me. And then what I'm trying to do is lump them into categories. So he has a buttload of pictures on street scenes and train stations.
How does he give you the photos on a
He
thumb
gave it
drive?
to me on a jump drive, yeah. And then articles, Norma was supposed to send me an article, but she never did. So anyone that writes an article or any article that we do, and he does have a bunch of like thumbnails of articles, Paul does, like
Oh.
photographs of articles.
You mean like newspaper articles? And stuff?
Yeah, it's gonna take me a while because they're, I have to blow them up to
Mhm.
read them.
Mhm.
But I don't know that I would put like just a copy of a newspaper article, or I would type it out so that people
Yeah.
can read it.
And then just make sure you cite.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then if you look, you can go down further, or you can just click on them. So this is where the vision goes, the mission will go, and the description, and then we get into.
Do you have the approved version of the vision and mission statement? yet?
That's the vision. I don't have the mission. I'll need to
Okay.
get a copy of the mission statement, and then in red, you'll see my little notes to myself of other.
You have it
things
in
that go on their pages. So go down to the next one. This is where the map will be.
Mhm.
Now, this is part of the meeting with Corey is
Cody. Yeah.
Cody is to put the map up there with little dots that you can click on that will give you the address and coordinates.
That's how that's how we have the cemetery
Right.
map on where you puts all of the GPS points on
Right.
there. And then when you click it, it links you to more details about.
Right, that's the plan. So this
Yeah.
is the conversation we have to have. The next page I've just put in there, it has the same list that came out of the pamphlet. And the reason I put that in is because it has all the GPS coordinates on it. So when we start going back and forth doing the page, it's just gonna make that easier to find all that stuff. Next one, information on map points. So we can't, the thing about websites is they're not limited to this page size, they just keep going down.
Yep.
So you can put as many, map point descriptions on it as you want. They don't have to be the little one-liners that we have in the pamphlet. So some of those are gonna have to be written and elaborated on because there's not a lot of information on the pamphlet part. And some of them will have to be added because we ran out of space in the pamphlet, so, but they can go here. So that's just, I didn't want to list them all. When we get to the point of having one whole page, we'll do that. And then, so go back to the first page, or second page, actually.
This
So if you click, you might have to control click to get to those things.
which one would you like?
The driving, we just did that historic town clerk's office. Okay, can you play it?
Okay.
Or,
Slideshow. So
so go.
you're saying it should be
So
clickable
you'll
in
be able to
here?
click on it.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
it'll take you to the page
Oh.
that has the different, and then you can go back. I need to add info about that building.
You want me to go back to, that first page? Like this
Yeah,
one, you're
that
saying?
one. And so all of those have photos of, and then I would just have to go in and find some verbiage to go there to explain what they are and where they go. So the big things right now is some verbiage that can explain all of these things, and then uploading the pictures of the, go back to this, go up, go up. Yeah, that one. Of the train stations, the mills, the street scenes, however we want to break it down into, and then I'm gonna need some help because none of these pictures are labeled. Some of them I know.
You mean label them electronically?
Yes, I mean, you have to tell people what they're looking at. If you just slap a picture up there of the street scene and say, oh, here's a street in Coventry. You gotta tell them where it is and about what time period it was taken, and give them some information. Some of them I know and some of them I have no clue. So that's gonna take
Yeah.
some time.
And some subject matter experts like Paul,
Mhm.
because he can look at a picture, so, oh yeah, that was 1898.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Uncle was over.
Richard will be able to help me with that too, because he knows all that stuff. He has all those things and Paul knows.
But you know, like,
But I would need to find out how heavy I can load this with photographs.
Hmm.
I don't wanna
Crash the
overstay our
system.
welcome, because there's a butt ton of photographs. And any publication or art, maybe they should say articles and publications, I don't know.
we should have a workshop or something where we get all these pictures together, whether it's on your thumb drives or Paul's boxes, and like sit at a table and say, okay, for the mill pictures, let's all work on finding the right mill pictures, because I don't think we want to like just throw everything in there. That was the first
No,
idea,
we
just throw
can't.
everything in there, but
We
it's just
We can't.
too much. But it should be a very large
It's like the
selection.
postcards where you have 15 postcards and they're all of Interlaken Mills. It's the same picture, but it was taken on different
Yeah.
times and then it was reproduced and put in a newspaper and put in something else. And so he has in there, there may be 5 or 6 copies of one picture. So, and then sometimes a lot of these mills, they have the same towers, so I don't know how you tell this one from that. Anyway, that's my problem.
Well,
Yeah, I have I mean, as far as sorting them and titling them, because right now they're titled in whatever the scanning program, scanner just arbitrarily assigned it a
Yeah,
number.
just numbers basically.
So it's not divided up. He's got some files, but like he's got a file that says historic Coventry.
Yeah.
But never
Like-
done.
200 pictures in there. Like, okay, sure.
so you have everything he gave you on one, what do you call it?
Well,
You
I
call it a
think
jump
I
drive.
gave him back the jump drive. I have an external drive on my computer, so I put it all on the external drive. And so I could go to it and I can pull
Yeah.
it as I need it.
So if I got it
it's
from him, I could be looking at it while you're
Or I
looking
can
at
put
it.
it on an external, I'll put it on a thumb drive and give you a copy of
Yeah.
it.
Whatever you'd like, cause I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind helping you with
Yeah.
that, you know, I have time where I could be looking at them and try my,
Converting them and
lot.
putting names on them, you know, just, and all I ask is when you put, and I asked Paul about this too, when you put a name on it, don't put any spaces in it.
yeah,
So if you're gonna call it,
Mhm.
I don't know, Anthony Mill, don't put a space between Anthony and Mill, or you could put a dash, or you could put an underscore, but there's gotta be something filling that space.
yeah,
Because when you start putting links in, you can't have a space. If you put a space in there, a link won't work.
yeah. I think underscore for spaces would
Underscore
be
is
best.
fine. That's how we wanna,
Standard.
Yeah, so we need a naming convention and we leave that to you to figure out exactly what your naming convention is, so we'll stay consistent with that. Okay, well, it's already 7 o'clock, so we gotta get moving. Well, was there anything else here you
No,
wanted
I
to show?
just-
This is great. I'm
It's
so
very
glad we
nice.
get
It
to
looks
see
good.
it. You
It's
know,
very nice, Colleen.
this is the first time we got to
And
look.
I like
at
this
it.
presentation too, like the PowerPoint version of it. It is good. It is easy to imagine what it's gonna look like.
Yeah,
and
Mm.
it's easy for me to have that conversation with IT about, you know, this is how we want it to look now. Can you help me? Especially when it comes to the map and the
Mhm.
points and the GPS coordinate, whatever they are.
do we,
I don't do that stuff, so.
do we have to have the Coventry town banner up there? Or do we have our own historic preservation banner?
That is the way it appears on the website. Under, when you go to the Historic Preservation
Mhm.
Commission, that is what you see,
Oh,
the
okay.
banner with historic preservation, and all of the committees are pretty much the same.
Maybe,
Oh, they are? Okay.
so maybe you upload like an image that functions as a banner of its own right underneath it, and that's like,
Something
The
that
best way
we
to
use
do it.
Have a Historic Commission
yeah.
logo,
Yeah.
Right.
so, but I mean, that's always something that can be added, that not that
Mhm.
complicated, it's just.
Just take the town one and say Historic Preservation Commission.
I mean, I can-
outside.
I can add, like in that blue space, I can add historic preservation. I'm really good at layering photos. I just, that was what I came
It'd
up
be
with.
nice to have a ghosted image back there too, like, you know how you ghosted the,
The other
Reed
page,
Schoolhouse
the Reed
building?
Schoolhouse has a
yeah.
ghosted image, and that's fine, that can be done. When you do the website, you can
Yeah.
make all pages. the
minor
same.
details, but
You
but
do
for
it.
now, this is a really good
Yeah.
start.
Mhm.
It seems like, I don't know, it would be nice if you could have a logo making contest as one of the many things we do for the 250th, you know?
Yeah.
See if there's anybody in the town that wants to do,
Give a shot.
as you see sometimes, like a couple places will do like outlines of iconic buildings in the
Mhm.
town, and then it'll say Coventry Historic Site
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Preservation. Yeah,
I've done those. Sometimes they're really good.
and sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes you look at the entries and you go, do we really have to pick one of these?
Okay, well, what do you do?
Or maybe
Yeah,
you
extend the
rotate-
contest.
or
to the-
rotate them or rotate them or
Yeah.
something, so you don't have to live with it too long.
Yeah.
I've had some massive failures doing that, but
Yeah.
no.
Okay, is that it
Don't
for
make
that?
any promises yet, so that's
That's
it.
it for that. Okay, so the last goal
Did you
then,
want the thumb drive back? Do you have anything else to show off of it?
No, that's fine.
Okay,
I have other things on it, but we don't need to talk about them.
all right, I'll give it right back before I forget then. There,
yeah, I'm really glad that you brought that, see that, that's cool.
Nice job.
And
Yeah.
you've been doing a lot of work on it,
Not as much as I wanted to. I got really busy this month.
yeah. Well, to get liaison was, what's this guy's name that's over there that you're talking about, the IT guy? Cody?
that was a test.
Yes, I mean. That's hard. It's kind of busy at the moment. Apparently he has to keep all this stuff up and running while
Yeah.
there's no.
There's one
power.
guy?
That's why, yeah, that's why I have it plugged in like that, because he said there's a chance the Wi-Fi could go out once I turn off the power over there, so figured we're not gonna take any chances tonight.
All right, the final goal, again, pulled straight from the vision and mission statements, preserve the town's cultural, social, economic, political, and architectural history. This was my opportunity to plug in the things that we
Yeah.
had on our review. I've got, for one of the objectives, review and update standards and guidelines. And then review and update 78 historic and architectural resources preliminary report, create a preservation plan. And another objective, to preserve our architectural history and all that, apply for other CLG grants to facilitate preservation efforts. So, So I think that's all we had for that for right now.
I don't
Um,
know if it's gonna take us 5 years to finish all this.
Huh?
It'll take us 5 years to finish all this.
oh, all these objectives?
Well, the agenda. Too.
Oh, just the agenda?
Before we go on to the rest of the agenda, can I actually bounce back to the program?
Yeah,
document
please
for a
do,
second?
please
I
do.
had just two kind of comments and questions on it. The zoning ordinance,
Mhm.
how much of that at this point is just getting it through the process to be approved, and how much is actually writing substantive?
No, it's
It's
the
all
former.
It's written.
Really what it was,
It's an amendment.
yeah, it's a very slight amendment. So
Yeah,
they
to do spot zoning, it looks like, of,
pretty much, we were, this is really a historic district commission. We're the only one in the state that has a different name. There's a story to that. But anyway, you got to have like at least one property that's got the local area zoning. And so that ordinance established the group and established like the two lots in the town that have that local zone. So
Yeah,
that's
that
what
would be
that
the
defines
paint
it.
house and the
Fire
fire
alarm.
alarm building.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. So they never actually put that into the zoning code. They passed it by ordinance and then they just like fell asleep for 13 years. So step one, at least according to the advice of our former solicitor, was have them pass what it's supposed to be. And then immediately like they pick up the one that has the two additional properties that we had wanted to add in. That was the main change, and to include the term landmark into it. So it's not like a giant rewrite, but the text has been written for a year,
Mhm.
more than a year. So
Yeah.
we're just, like I said, they're triaging, I'm sure. They're trying to dig out from the mountain of stuff that would have built up. So,
I could bring you a copy of the draft ordinance or send it
yeah,
to you.
yeah, no, I
Because
love that, because if
did
it was
the-
if it was a matter of just writing up substance on,
Oh, I see
for
what you're
that
saying.
kind of stuff, I
Yeah.
would have
yeah,
We'll get you on the next one then.
volunteered.
it would have been nice, we had you a year ago.
But I did all the writing on the amendment and all that, and the incorporating the word landmark. I wanted to put that in there because we have so many buildings that are sitting out there all by themselves somewhere. And I just want to flag them with something. It's not binding to call something, to declare it a landmark.
Yeah,
It doesn't come with any oversight or anything like that, but at least it gets it on the record books.
yeah,
Just like right now, Anthony Village
Mm.
is a National Historic Register thing, but the town doesn't recognize it as something that we need to protect.
right, yeah.
So those are the issues right there. If we could just say, hey, that's a landmark, we get that through pretty quick instead of saying, hey, we're gonna make this whole village. So anyway, but that's something
Yeah.
that, planning is leading on. We'll let them figure out when's the
Yeah.
best time and what the verbiage needs to be and all that, but I can get you a copy of that.
I would greatly appreciate that. And then the other thing I had a question about is the developing a preservation plan. I know that I think every comprehensive plan has a historic and cultural resources section. I don't know I know that our town's comp plan is out of date. Is that getting done like piecemeal? Are certain sections getting repealed and replaced, and then it's gonna be
Yeah.
essentially a
It
new
was-
plan
well,
at some point?
It was
or is
supposed to be one whole big thing, but the housing element really didn't have much.
Yeah.
It needed, basically the state saw it, spat it back out and said that's not good enough.
Yeah.
So that's what in its most recent thrust for these last couple of years, that's where it's been held up. So the town is, I think,
Have we broached the historic and cultural resources part of the?
yeah, there is a draft that exists.
Okay, because I was gonna say that could be another great, kind of combination there. The preservation plan could be that section of the comp plan, because I mean, normally there's like an existing conditions section, there's a future
Mhm.
conditions, and then there's like a goals and
Is
objectives.
that,
If for nothing else,
Yeah.
too,
is that
I
comprehensive?
don't even think, no, because
You go there,
it's still a draft.
Like a blank page or something. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, we've been stuck on draft for like a long time. And this is, this draft, I mean, for a long time, because they've tried like 3 times
Right.
and they just keep unraveling.
Would they have a fit if we got a copy of just the short piece
Yeah,
of it? So
I
we can
should-
start looking at it?
I can
I have
ask
some
Doug,
here.
because it could be that, it could be that gives raw material, that
some of
the
these
preservation
things.
plan can be built from,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and it's important to tie everything together, like we said a minute ago,
Mhm.
continuity. So you're saying that add to the preservation plan, the section of the comprehensive plan that deals with preservation.
Or,
It would be built in.
or
Yeah, goals.
flip where essentially the comp plan, we could inform that element of the comp plan, and that would be our goals and objectives. Because every comp plan section has to have at least, I think, one goal and objective that the town has to commit to doing.
Yeah,
And those, we could have a hand in creating those.
Mhm.
And then maybe, and also maybe doing some like public feedback on that too, which would
Yeah.
also kind of go to our.
I like the-
discussed tonight.
I know,
Yeah.
I like the thinking, I understand, I have a feeling that, Doug will probably say, I don't want it, we're so close to the rest of that stuff, I don't want any new stuff, I just wanna get it on the books, then we can think about it later. So
Yeah, I
there's a
like
good
them
chance
too,
that he'll
getting on
just
the
do
book.
that,
Yeah.
you know.
so,
I understand his frustration. I mean,
It's-
let's get it done and then we
Yeah.
can tweak it
Well,
later.
the town did a really good job because they have come close to getting the comprehensive plan completed. They had
Yeah.
a consultant come in and run meetings. I attended one as a regular
Cool.
civilian at the time. And they were soliciting ideas and telling everybody what they were working on,
Yeah.
and it was really cool.
Well, I mean, if it's that close, then I mean, certainly we just make sure that whatever's in there.
could be in
is-
one of the next updates
It's
too,
picked up, yeah.
So it's, the idea, I think, is a good one, it's which is the chicken, which is the egg?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
we'll
no,
be
certainly
and
if
see
it
what
was,
happens.
still in its kind of, early stages, that might have been a better idea, but if it's almost done, absolutely.
Mhm.
And we'll just make sure whatever the objectives are there sync up with maybe an individual plan that we come up with.
That's a good point because syncing up with our goals and
Yeah,
objectives would be
it
good
does
too. I
make
didn't think
sense.
of that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're really close to it, so we can make adjustments if we need to later. Okay, so that was the last of the goals and objectives. I think my next move will be to formalize, because all of my ideas, I just kind of made some cursory notes, so I can write it into understandable sentences and bring that back in a kind of a final version and everybody just approve it, or if you think of something else for the next time we get together, I'll add this and I'll add it and we'll come back the next time. But just so we keep it moving forward, I'll do a formal document and push it out to you guys. Okay, I think that was it for me.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you
Thank
for
you, Nick.
listening.
So, yeah, I'll keep this one nice and sweet, short and sweet, because it is at this point,
Got an extra
pretty
copy of
close.
this one, that's the task list.
I don't have anything else planned for the evening, so.
Yeah. So for CLG, the state today just confirmed that they are fine with the final financial report. As submitted, I had to basically, they wanted to see just like the last bank statement, just to keep the record clean, because we had that extra year
Right.
to submit the stuff, so they figured, well, why not just wait until it's all perfect? So they said, all right, good, we can begin reimbursement now. I asked, but didn't get a reply before this meeting, but I just want to make sure that I know when the coast is clear for me to do the very literal last thing on the town side, which is to click the button that says initiate grant to close out. Once I do click that button, I know that at least on the town side, no one can upload anything. That could be true on the state side, so I don't want to do that before, and then find out, they say, oh, that's how we were gonna reimburse you, and
Yeah,
they're out
really.
$10,000. So, once I hear it from them, I'll hit that button, but that is the last thing, and so then,
That will be closed
on,
out.
for like the grant reporting, the formal stuff, we're all good, we can breathe a sigh of relief. Then it's simply the free form, whatever form it takes, meeting with them, revisiting the stuff that the consultant put together, expanding on it, and that,
And that would be
yeah.
potentially for another grant, basically. Maybe.
That one, yeah, they also said to me that if we had wanted to, like, we'd be welcome to apply. So say like get another historic resources survey cooking for green, which we had to drop from the scope
Right.
because the lack of funds this time around. They said that we would be okay to apply in this new cycle. It's not like we have to have all this after work for Harrison Arkwright done with before we started for that. So that's something to think about. What do you guys think your own bandwidths are as to whether you'd want to get the green one simmering at the same time, or if you would rather, make sure you got Arkwright and Harris where you want it and then turn to green.
I think
But as
we-
for this one,
I mean, what's the next step for Arkwright and Harris? It's to go for
nomination.
The nomination. is
First,
that-
the state wants to basically go over what the consultant put together, and he did put in the mill buildings for the
Mhm.
villages, so like, we know that there's certain stuff that's gonna have to get added no matter what. They know it, they know their board well enough to know, like, what's the minimum, threshold at which they'll say, like, okay, you're ready to go to the nomination stage.
Mhm.
So they said, right now, it's not there yet, but they wanna just dig into it with us and add to it, and then get it to a place where it is ready to move
Cause I
that.
think before we move on to another area, I think we need to get those areas completed first.
Yeah, especially because we need to learn how to work with the state, so we don't, start the green one and just
Mhm.
keep doing the same mistakes. So do you think, are they gonna meet with us, have a series of meetings? Do they have like a program that they usually invoke to get
This-
the town working right?
To me, this seems like it's going to be a free-form thing, like, I don't think they have a defined plan, or they're not accustomed to, you know, at the end of the work production, it still needs work. I don't think it happens too
Oh,
often.
that's a good
Yeah.
point.
So, I think they're of a mindset to figure it out with us, that
Oh,
maybe they
okay.
have like some kind of video call for one of our meetings, or I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well,
But-
what we,
I think they ultimately envision doing site visits.
yeah, they should start by just telling us what they see that we need to work on. Like they could give us a list of 5 things or 10 things. Okay, you need to get all the history about these mills. What is it lacking? And then we can go back in and start working on it to get it
Mhm.
up to snuff.
Either perspective has its legitimacy, focusing on the survey that we already have started, or beginning one while you're doing it. So it's whatever the preference of the group is. But I just thought I would mention that because they had mentioned it to me, that, don't feel like you have to. So I thought, again, if it's this item on the agenda, I'd mention it. No decisions even have to get made right now. Just
Right.
share it.
But starting on green, doesn't that mean another whole CLG
Yeah,
grant? and
you would have to
everything?
apply and everything, and that's why I say
Sure.
bandwidth is like, do you have it in you to be
Yeah.
tracking another
Well-
grant while you're working on this
Well,
one?
yeah, cause that's not done yet. That's a long way from done.
Yeah,
Yeah, the grant part is done, but the work's not done.
yes,
And that's a good point right there. It's a long way from
yeah,
complete.
Right.
So I think we should work on that so we can learn what's missing and how much work it'll be
Yep.
to get those things done. So when we do the green, we'll be able to do it much quicker because we'll know exactly.
We know what we need.
yeah.
We'll have a template. We just plug everything in with green.
I mean, I think that's perfectly sensible,
Yeah.
but like I say, it's up to you people. I just provide the information. So, but anyway, at least for the formal parts, this is almost done, which will be good. And then, just roll up your sleeves and do whatever remains. We'll see. But that's basically the CLG grant update. We
Okay.
can, yes, for some of these two, I don't know if I mean to jump too far ahead, but for like 3.5, 3.6, those were ones that Norma and Paul would have been the leads for. So in theory, if you guys didn't have anything to say on them, we could always defer.
Mhm.
And same with 3.3, 3.4. If you got stuff to say that's additional to what we've already said, feel free. But-
3.3, I know we talked about the meeting with the library for, just the general meeting
Mhm.
of stakeholders, if you want to call it that, historic stakeholders. But I also got a text from Jessica, because one of the things we had talked about for the 250th specifically, not, just general, but for that in particular, was a art project for students. So to have an art contest. And so she has set up another, God help me, another meeting that anyone is invited to come to. That will be, when did she set it up? That's why I have to take my calendar with me because I don't remember where I'm doing it half the time. It's during the day, so unfortunately, people who work,
Yeah.
it's going to be December
When is it?
9th at 1 o'clock at the library.
And it's gonna be discuss the potential.
About what would be involved with putting together an art contest
It's Tuesday.
focusing on history for the 250th. Like a co-sponsored event kind of thing.
What day of the week is
It's
that?
a
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
December 9th,
Yep.
1 o'clock
Yes,
at the library.
at the library. Um. Again, this is something that could be displayed. Kids do artwork and there's not that many schools in Coventry. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Mhm.
Um,
Famous last words.
well, if you can get the art teachers to help it's not mandatory, it's if you want to.
Mhm.
And I know we talked a little bit about how to display it and what kind of materials we would need to do it and. But we hadn't really gotten down into the weeds. The last time we met, it was just an idea that got thrown up in the air.
And has it always been focused on art for history?
Yes,
Oh.
for the 250th celebration, so it would have some kind
Does
of.
Maria go there too
history.
for that?
She usually does. I don't know if she can do it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but she's been to the other meetings, so. Again, during the day is kind of tough for people who work.
I don't have that problem
I don't have
anymore.
that problem either.
Maybe.
Rub it in.
Yep.
Must be nice.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
a
no.
long time to get here, buddy.
It's a long time to get here, but it is nice.
I've been working since I was 14.
Mhm.
Although now I look at it and I go, when did I have the time to go to work?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I have to say about the 50th anniversary celebration ideas. There's all kinds of stuff floating around.
All right.
At some point, we're gonna have to settle on something.
Mhm. Ideas are still welcome though, at least at this point in time. So no too much pressure, not just yet.
I just know we used to do art contests for the Houston Livestock Show and Rotary. They have a massive art contest. They have 14 school districts and probably 400 schools that they did it with. And you could just wander around that art installation for hours, amazed at what these kids come up with.
Really?
Just stunning.
Do they get a prize for winning or something?
Yeah, they had first, second, third, and then a lot of honorable mentions. But it was a scholarship program. That was all Houston Large. I mean, I don't think the contest kids got a lot, but most of the money went to the people that raised the prize steer and prize chicken and the
Oh, yeah,
prize
Texas and
whatever
all.
it was.
that.
To get your priorities right
Don't know.
out there.
You know, all I know is the cows walk by and the little guy standing there with a stick so the cow doesn't veer off its path. Like, really think that stick is gonna stop him? Anyway, so that's. What else?
The driving tour map, I guess.
I mean, we have what we have, but I want to, that's part of that conversation about
Mhm.
GPS locations and how to make it electronic, and do we put the map in the thing, or is it better to do the link to the website?
Yep.
And so that's
right.
that's kind of all one project. It's kind of meshed together.
Mhm.
Now that the list is done of the locations,
Mhm.
the how you set it up is.
You know, now that you mention it, in some ways, we don't even need a hard copy brochure because they could just walk around with their phone and have the app, have the town website open
Yeah,
and do everything you were showing us
you
there
can-
on here.
I think you need the brochure because it has some of the explanation stuff that's easier to read if you have a piece of paper, but I think you can do it with a QR code.
Mhm.
So that you have your brochure, you have the QR code, click on that takes you to the map, and then you have the little points on it. Again,
I would
that's
hold my peace or my judgment on it too, until
we
once the
find-
website's up, and then we can see how it formats on a phone, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
'Cause it may like be there, but then it's too small to be user
Yeah,
friendly.
like when I try to read the
Yep.
agenda item for the town council meetings, it's like, I gotta keep
Yeah.
doing this and.
Yeah.
Ideally, what would be fun is if we could, and I don't know how to do this may be IT people know, where it will give you, like, when you punch in your directions on Google Maps or whatever, it gives you the little blue line. I
Yeah,
would love for it to give you the little blue line for how to go to all these,
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah.
I think that would be very cool, but I don't know how to do that.
Mhm.
I don't, that may be a pie in the sky dream.
Maybe some kind of integration with Google Maps is possible.
Well, I know
Hard to
if you
say.
keep putting the stops in, add a stop, it will do it.
Hmm.
But I don't know how you translate that into something, I don't know. I don't know the technology end of it, and I know Google is somewhat
well,
proprietary
if
about their.
I was gonna go on a
Yeah.
tour, I'd have the brochure and I'd have my phone with Google Maps, put the addresses in and.
But I wonder if it's
Actually nav in my
easier to
car.
just you know, if there's just a point and click kind of thing with your phone, a QR code click, so you don't have to type the
Oh,
number.
well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if it opened right in your phone app,
Yep,
yeah, whatever
How do you
maps
get a
app you have.
QR code? Is there an app for that?
and there's online things, you can make QR codes all day
Okay.
long, oh, yeah.
I thought it was some kind of magic thing that you had.
It's kind of magic, but yeah, you type in the website.
It is,
and-
huh?
I
how that
remember
thing
the
gets it.
days when they used to have, you have to have a QR code reader app, and nowadays any
Now it's just your
camera,
phone.
does
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's all kinds of websites you can go to, free QR generators, and you just put in the website
Hmm.
and hit the button and it sends you a little picture.
Hmm.
Lots of fun. Until I exceed my allotment and then.
Oh, you have the app that does that?
I just go to the websites. I can't do it on my phone, it's too small.
Oh,
But I go to the websites and do it.
and develop a QR code?
Oh, I do that all the time.
Mhm.
How do you think Penthouse sells tickets to all their events with QR codes?
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, did any of you guys have anything to say about the stone marker or the Reed School, or would you rather just? look
I
it
don't know
up in
anything
their Mac?
about it. I know they were doing a list for the Reed Schoolhouse of things that needed to be
Yeah.
repaired, but
Yeah.
I don't know that I
Or
ever
must-
saw it.
Had like, I think she said that she knew of one thing that had been done, but again, we can just let her say it when she's.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like we're gonna run out there and fix everything else.
Yeah, and somewhere along the line, we're gonna have to pick up the tasks that,
Paul had.
that Paul was working on, you know,
Mhm.
and I'll pick up some of that slack too. But, so
Yeah,
we'll have to
reapportionment for the work calendar.
reapportionment, we just leave that for next time when Norm is here.
Recap of program review.
Yeah, that's what that's what we did.
Yeah,
in-
move that out of order, so I
Okay.
guess.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
pretty
done.
much at the end.
goals and
Okay.
exercise, goals and,
And you know, the other thing is, as I think of it, and as I wrap it. I know Paul had said last month that he was still interested in helping out and seeing some of the stuff through. So some of the things maybe, you know, we could say Paul with an asterisk and just know that he's helping out even if he's not necessarily on here. But yeah, some of them may even not need to be reapportioned. So I don't know. Maybe I can email him and just say, just take a look at the list when you have a chance and let me know which ones that you could stick with from the outside or which ones you'd be willing to pass on
yeah,
to someone else.
You have more pictures we need to account for. 'Cause I know he gave me a ton of them, but I don't know if he gave me all of them or not.
Mhm.
all the pictures, you mean, no, I'm sure he didn't.
More to come then.
Oh, yeah,
Great. Do the workday schedule just to go through and label pictures. I'll
Okay,
give
should
everybody
we-
a section, say,
Yeah.
you can have Phoenix,
Yeah.
and you can have Anthony, and you can.
just break up the tasks.
You all get your own jump drive, give them names, tell me what they are.
That's gonna be difficult.
It's very difficult.
I look at
Welcome
those
to my
pictures
world.
and it's like, I can't tell if that's South Main Street or Route 3 or,
You know, the only thing I can think of is to put all these people in a room that know these places and put them up on a screen. And as they see them, the people that can identify them and change the name right then and there.
Now- oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, what about, I mean, it would probably be a small fraction, but what about some of the ones that appeared in books? Like the Coventry history or the legend, Coventry legends or something like that, they might be able to identify a few things.
It's not a bad
A
idea.
few,
Yeah,
a few,
I'm
maybe, I'm sure
sure.
a small percentage, but.
Yeah, the trick is to figure out which ones are the ones that showed up in the books.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the titles that are on them are whatever the scanner called them.
Yeah, what might be a fun project, especially if you get administrator clearance for the Facebook page, is to put a picture or 3.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, does anybody know anything about these? Help out the,
Cool idea. That
help
would
out
be
the
fun.
commission. Everybody'd be wanting to do, you get all kinds of stories.
On the Facebook page, you'll get, yeah.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Yeah,
What is
It'd
this?
be interesting to see how many different answers you
Oh,
get.
yeah, well, then there is that too. How do you
I
know?
know, yeah.
yeah. Well, you have to. kind of
Majority
triangulate,
rules.
Like
Yeah.
3 people said the same thing, so
Yeah.
that must be
Yeah.
the truth. Okay, was there anything else? Anybody else have anything to cover new business? No?
Why is adjournment next meeting TBD?
because it's not known yet, and I'll explain.
Okay,
Cause it's the December meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Which should be the
You're gonna
4th.
explain,
Yeah, no, well, I have, remember we were originally the fourth Thursday, and then I said, well, I've got these TAC meetings and
Oh,
food.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So then because of
Thursday.
December, now they moved the TAC meetings, when we moved the HPC meetings, so then, it's screwed up again,
That's okay,
so,
we'll move it again.
yeah, it's either, yeah, so it could be. Well, I wonder, maybe if we should pull up the town calendar, just to make sure there's no one else using. I wouldn't imagine there would be anybody using this room. But what would you guys figure, like the following Thursday?
I can't do the following Thursday. I mean, I don't have to be here, but I don't schedule that.
Because it's possible too, that it could just be maybe another one of my coworkers could be the caretaker staffer that time. If you feel pretty self-reliant.
You don't get to wiggle out of it.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a Thursday.
I can do
It's
any
just-
day that week except Thursday.
I'm available anytime. What about the 11th?
She said that she wasn't.
Oh, the
yeah,
11th
Colleen
is the
wasn't.
day,
Yeah.
yeah. 18th,
We wanna go that late, or we wanna do something during the week?
Could make it a
I mean, I
Christmas
could
party.
do it the 18th, that's not a problem, I don't know if you wanna go that way. What do you think?
and at this moment, it seems all right, I don't know what's gonna happen like the week before Christmas, but
Hmm.
yeah, that's true. Well, any day is good for me, if you wanted to do it like the 3rd or the 8th or whatever.
I can do either
third,
one of those.
third would probably
Third.
work for me.
I can do the 3rd.
Okay, say that tentatively anyway. We can always take a poll via email in case there's anything going on.
We'll look at that and go, wait, why do I have this twice? My nephew's device check, don't ask me why, but I have 2 separate dates for it. Oh, find out why.
Well, I guess we're ready for an adjournment at this
Okay.
point then.
So I call for a vote on adjournment, do I have a,
I make a motion.
make a motion?
second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
And we adjourn at 7:32 PM.